Check that microphone, Pikachu. Don't be microphony. Oh, is that a microaggression? Oh man, I can't keep up with all the outrages. But what's the rage these days? Funny books. Thank you once again for coming to the Comics Coffee Table. Pull up a chair. Bring a cup of whatever it is. Let me know what you're drinking. Let me know what you're shoving underneath your nose there, pal. Welcome back. We talk about comic books every day, 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern, daily. For a couple of minutes in our busy work day or life day or school day, you too can value escapism. Forget about your troubles. Let's just talk about comic books for a couple of minutes every day and then get back to our lives in TCB. Take care of business. The coffee table for me was always the place where my friends would gather around. We would be drinking whatever it is we were drinking, depending on what time of day it was or what mood we were in. And there was always some robust conversation going on, and always like a stack of books or a stack of movies that we're always trying to get each other to read or to watch. And it was always a good time. And so I'm looking to kind of recreate that and the comic book shop style conversations that we used to have in comic book shops. And right here, just so pull up a chair. It's our coffee table. Well, let's talk about comic books. And it's good to see people in the live chat, if I'm able to make the 3 p.m. premiere, to see people talking about comic books. It's great. It's good to see the comments as well, and to see, people talking about comic books. And that's what this show is for. Thank you so much. Let me wet my whistle. We're using, this year, we're using these two books. Overstreet's, The Guide to Grading Comics, and the Overstreet Price Guide, the most current edition. I need to go through my entire collection. I need to rebag, reboard, and rebox everything. So I'm thinking that's going to make some really good content, and hopefully inspire you to go and examine your collection, or in my case, it's a comic book accumulation, and an ersatz curation of the big two and a few different prints here and there. And I've got about 9 long boxes full of comic books. And I'm noticing too that the older I get, the heavier those long boxes get. So I'm switching to the short box. And and as you can see, these are the bags and the boards. It's already almost halfway full. It is halfway full. And I am so starting the show off. I already know you're gonna need more supplies. So do what I'm doing. Get your ass to Maz. No, get your ass to the local comic book shop. Mine is in my village square. I instead of using Amazon to have them shipped and delivered painlessly to my front door, I don't have a car, so I gotta lug stuff home. So what do? I'm gonna just buy a few boxes at a time. I need more boxes. I do know that I need better bags. I need to get Mylar bags. These are not Mylar bags. And these are one-side coated boards, so I wasn't trying to go cheap. I don't mind spending good money. I'm gonna put good comic books and some good Mylar sleeves, and I just want to respect my collection. I want to take stock of what I have, and probably, more than likely, sell some of it off. What am I going to do with all of these comic books I don't read? And how am I supposed to properly grade these and judge these and evaluate them and give someone a fair quote? I don't know if it's about making money. I think there is a value to this, and there is, I buy old comic books a lot of the times at comic book conventions, and you'll see purveyors and vendors with long boxes of old titles, and a lot of us old collectors, we have lists of things we want to get. So how do we know that they're charging the right amount? Should we be inspecting? We should be inspecting these old comics better too. So yeah, I'm into comic books and into learning more and more about this wonderful hobby of ours. As a chef, as a professional line cook and a union chef, I know this. I've always been a student to my trade. Well, guess what? I'm continually a student to my hobby as well. As much as I think I know something, there's always, room to grow, room to be better, room to learn. And what a good application about having learning moments than in your own hobby. And so between these two books, the Overstreet Price Guide and the Grading Guide, I am going to educate myself. And you're welcome to come along for the ride here in our comic book conversation. We're going to be reading comic books, and we're going to be judging comic books and grading them, rebagging, reboarding, reminiscing about comic books, and just let's enjoy this comic book conversation. Also, I'm doing a thing as well. Last year, we used this very book, The Golden Age of DC Comics, 365 days. We took this book for its intended purpose. This is a 365 days book. It is January the 14th. We would open up to today's date in this book. We would look at some comic book art of an antediluvian age. We'd read the blurb, and then we would talk about comic books. And this show has, in the past few months, has really found its footing. We've got our show. We've got our conversation, and we can only go forward and go be better, and it can make a stronger show. But doing this show for a year, so when I started off, I was a little hesitant at the beginning. Like, is this working? What's going on? Don't lose hope. Keep doing it. Keep going it. You said you were going to make content for a whole year, and you did it. And I did it. And I didn't get disparaged, and I just kept doing it. But such as like today, a year ago, for this page that we're going to just re-examine real quick, January 14th last year, I made a 6-minute, 15-second video that got 3 views. Or is it 3? Remember Inglourious Bastards? Yeah, so we've already have a longer video here, and there's probably already more people just watching it right now, just because of this is people tuning in for our conversation. And so let's get to it. Let's crack open this book to today's date, and I hope that you are doing awesome and clobbering your problems and not being clobbered by them. You know it. Okay, this is art by Jack Burnley from Adventure Comics, issue number 65, August of 1941. The octopus, one of the life forms most alien to humankind, is always good for giving people the creeps, although there are those who actually eat them. I don't. Being a professional chef, I one time had to remove the anuses and beaks out of a whole big thing of octopi that we were. It was our special all week. It was these octopus skewers, so you had to clean them, and it's not my favorite. If done right, it can be done very, very. It's pretty tasty. Yet, I avoid it at all costs, especially with sushi. Yeah, that's not my thing. With this awfully well-armed antagonist, a sinister underwater craft, and a mystery of ships missing at sea, it's pretty obvious that Starman has wandered into Jules Verne territory. However, the monster in Verne's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea from 1870 is actually a giant squid, of which I don't eat either. Yes, and here we go, some art by Jack Burnley. What it looks like from the first page. You see the gravity rod in Ted Knight's hand. We see, the fin on his helmet. This is a Buck Rogers inspired hero. Out of the star-studded blackness of the night comes the red-clad man of mystery, Starman, armed with the gravity rod. Once more he clashes with sinister foes in The Mystery of the Undersea Terror. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, and we got what over here? Is there some kind of evil, sinister-looking guy in a hood. Yes. Oh, what is that? He's mysterious. Is he a monk? Is he a doctor? What is he? We're not going to find out today. We're not. But we are touching upon today's example for comic book, just to get into it. Thank you, book. Hey, this is an Abrams 2004 publication. This is written and curated by Les Daniels, Chip Kidd, and photographs by Jeff Spear. There is a link in the description to its Amazon page where you can get your own copy. You can play along at home, and it makes a great gift for a geek. I know this. You can also find the links to these two other books as well, and any other book that we used as a source for the previous last year's show as well. It's all in the description. Please check it out. And yeah, get your own copy. I mean, seriously, this is a great book. We've had so much fun with it. You deserve your own copy. You know that, right? Or does somebody you love deserve a copy of this? Well, speaking of, so that was Starman. So Starman, do we have Starman on here? We do have a Starman on here. Okay. Oh, look at the ad in the back. Hey, look, it's a car. Is that a car? It is. Dodge. I mean, who are you advertising to? I mean, who are these magazines made for? Well, the advertisements are usually a huge hint. Who, like, you're aiming, modern comic books no longer have these kind of advertisements, product placement advertisements. Modern comic books would still have the same cover kind of cover price, and pages of content, like 20, 22, sometimes 32, sometimes a 48-page spectacular. But the advertisements inside of these comic books usually are house ads, meaning other comic books, quasi-related, synergistic product placement, such as the television show adaptation, the movies, IP-related products, such as Thor's hammers, wristwatch, something like that. We've seen, but you don't really get old-fashioned ads for Hostess Twinkies or Kawasaki motorbikes, or especially Daisy BB guns. You don't see that. But a lot of video game ads were in the 80s and 90s. Video game ads were huge. Well, this is, speaking of Starman, there is a Starman here. Right down here. Yeah, and that's Tom Keller. He's from the 31st century. He's Starboy / Starman of the Legion of Superheroes. And as you can see here, we have one of the modern iterations of the Justice Society of America. And this is in issue number 1. This is written by Jeff Johns, art by Dale Eaglesham. We're going to look at the indicia is in the back page. It's right here. See, here's all the fine print. That's kept its format for a while. So it's got it's kind of like a split indicia. You see that? You see all the masthead is here, while the particulars, the indicia colophon, is down here. But notice it does not say Justice Society of America, Volume 2. There was a previous magazine called JSA, written by Jeff Johns as well. And this picks up where that... Hi. Hi there. This picks up where it left off. And I love the art in here. Dale Eaglesham. Look at this. Final Fantasy V for the Game Boy Advance. All right, this is a 2007 magazine. Released probably November or December of 2006. And this is opening the page here. And we have World War III, which was a part of the 52 weekly countdown issues. World War III was a part of that. Justice Society of America was a big part of that. It was the world against Black Adam. Look, a Family Guy video game. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so we got 2 video game ads, and actually 3. Yeah, video games were huge. And oh, look, Animaniacs for the physical media We got a Castlevania for the Nintendo. Yeah, we should be looking at things. But see, these characters, they're about 70 years old at this point, all right? And it just recaptures the story, and then we're going forward. And then I love it because we have 3 generations of heroes. We've got elders, we've got adults, and we've got teens. And they all learn from each other. It really does. And it's this is just where we've come from with the golden age of DC Comics. These things, these IPs, these characters are still going on. Ain't that cool? That's Maxine Hunkel, her first appearance, I believe. She's known as oh gosh, what's her it's going to come back to Cyclone, and she was also in the Black Adam movie. And yeah, any more ads? I'm just like, I love the ads. Let's see. All right, that's in. Okay. Oh, look, at a house ad for Batman Confidential coming soon. Andy Diggle, Will Sportico. Wow, monthly, December 2006. And then, yeah, the Indica page. Yeah. There's a bunch of video game ads in here. So yeah, that's going to get a new bag and a new board. Let's save those bags. Those are going in recycling. Wow, this is a pillow, my back pillow. It has the Irish blessing. May the rose rise up to meet you. May the wind always be back at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face, and the rains fall soft upon your field. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. Sláinte. I was going to kick into my Irish accent, but it offends the Irish. And, I miss the brogue of my grandparents. I really do. So, yeah, that was an example of what we're going to be doing in part 2 of this. So we got, here we go. This was a $3.99 comic book at a time of purchase, because it was an issue 1, and it was a little thick, too. It's in pristine condition. There are no dings, no rips. The corner looks great. The spine looks great. The staples look great. I'm loving it. And but CPI calculation inflator. The CPI inflation calculator. Hello. This is what, $3.99. All right, $3.99 in February of 2007 is how much today? $5.84. The same, so that's all right. So $5.84. You would make your money back if you sold it at that price today. But what condition is it in? So we're gonna. Damn. Okay. Justice Society of America follows JSA series DC Comics, February 2007, number 54, and it goes up until number 54. It's a new team selected, and it's got an Alex. So it's the first appearance of Maxine Hunkel, and it's got an Alex Ross cover. Alex Ross is the man. Is that in focus? It should be. In near mint condition 9.2, this would go for $10. Very fine 9.0, $8. And at very fine 8.0, it would go for $6, and you would get your money back, I guess, if you played the game like that, or if that's how the game is played. I wouldn't know. I don't know. I just want to rebag, reboard, and go down memory lane with all of these comic books and just judge them. I want to give them new boxes and also maybe even new homes. And I just want to also backtrack too a little bit. I had back on Sunday had an amazing conversation with Wakazashi's Tea House, Gray. He hosted a 4-member panel of the best of 2002, our top 5, and it was Wes from Thinking Critical, Jim from Weird Science Comics, myself, and Gray. And at number 4, I thought it worth mentioning since I've mentioned the other ones. So why don't I just fill in the blanks of the remaining ones? At number 4 was a manga. Oh, thank you very much, Timer. These are 2 of the 3 volumes. The 3rd volume is set to be released in March of this year. And from Viz comes these tankobons. Tankobon. That's what you would call the manga volume itself, a tankobon. That's the word for this style of book. It's like these are usually published in like the magazine, like let's say like Shonen Jump, which is the boys magazine Shonen, and each chapter it's an anthology. It's as thick as a phone book and printed on cheap paper too, and but it's manga. This was suggested to me by Yul Carter and Carrie from Nerdy Girl Creates, and it was because they know I'm a professional chef, so I'm loving the whole food part of it. But this is okay. This is like Mad Max. You know, Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, The Road Warrior, Fury Road, Furiosa. That Mad Max, a post-apocalyptic world. But instead of the hot rod interceptor car, our hero is driving a food truck, and he's a chef. He's got a past where, special forces, generals, operations, blah, blah, blah. And he finds, the hot anime girl in a suitcase or a bag. And she's like, or she has a mystery. She might be an android. She might be a clone. But whatever she is, she's some kind of super ninja. Think Firefly or Serenity, and it's a buddy comedy between those two. And it's a mystery because they're on the run. He's got to keep her safe. And it's great because it's short. I mean, there's 2 volumes of this out. There's only 1 more volume left unless they make more. But that's the thing about manga. There are just these stories that have a finite beginning and ending. They're very nice. They're very readable. I love these Viz comics. I've been reading these the Viz manga since the 80s when I was in high school or middle school, going into high school. They first started with doing tankobon style releases with Xenon and with My the Psychic Girl, and I was in on those. I loved having this huge love of anime and manga. Look at my Yamato. I mean, that's Star Blazers, man. I grew up with Battle of the Planets, with Robotech. And I love cute anime girls. I mean, look in the background here. I've got the Baroness from G.I. Joe and Mary Marvel of Shazam, both in the Bushojo style, the girl, the anime girl style, and they're so cute. And I've grown up with a love of Japanese culture and Japanese animation and Japanese manga. So this was my number 4 pick of 2022. And just to let you know that I've been reading Dragon Ball Super since 2016. It's just dawning on me now, like, oh wow, you have been reading this for a while. I've been reading it since Volume 1 started coming out. It's up to Volume 17 now. I think it releases 3 times a year, perhaps. And the spines all line up to make that like little picture as well. And they're easy to read, easy to find. And manga is like the big thing right now. You're going to hear this thing that manga is superior in beating American comics. And there are reasons for that. Kids are reading manga. So, just find some manga. There is literally a manga out there you will enjoy. I've heard of something called Food Wars, which is, I guess, an Iron Chef style manga. There's golf manga. There romance. There's there's manga. There's something out there for everyone when it comes to manga. And yeah, we've been talking about comic books, haven't we? And we're going to talk about comic books every day for the rest of the year. So thank you so much for tuning in. Please like and subscribe. I would love to earn your subscription. We make daily content here. We talk about comic books every day for a couple of minutes, 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern. Join us. We have plenty of room at this coffee table for everyone. Thank you so very much. Would love to see you in the live chat. Would love to see you in the comments section. This is our conversation. And thank you so very much. Cheers. God bless. Namaste. And we will see you tomorrow in those funny pages. Ciao. Bye-bye.